Good morning, good morning, good morning, and Happy New Year to everyone. I am just coming in briefly to talk to you guys about some things that I think would be very helpful um, with you with setting your goals and creating your plans for the new year with your business. And I made a post. I think that was last week. I think it was, and I made a post about how word of mouth still is relevant today, and then when you mess over people, you mess over their money, it tends to soil your reputation. Um, so I wanted to address some things on that because I see this so much with small business owners. And what actually sparked that post was the whole situation with the different airlines, and it was just a whole lot of other different things that I've seen and that I've noticed, and so I just felt that the need to address it. Because when you see something that's continuously happening over and over and over and over again, you know, you kind of just like, you know what, maybe there needs to be, maybe this needs to be addressed. Let's see. Hmm, Okay, I'm trying to do something here, and this isn't, this isn't working. Okay, I'll just, Justin, bring my other phone, please. So, sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to do something and it's not working. So I wanted to talk about crisis management, how to manage a crisis when your business experience a particular crisis, some of the do's and don'ts of how to be able to avert, how to get a plan in place, things of that nature. Because a lot of times, what happens is we tend to want to go into defense mode. Okay, which is something that we tend to do, and it's a human reaction. And but what happens is that even even with human reactions, we have to be mindful on how that affects our business and our brand overall. So that's what I want to talk about, and how some tips on how to fix this, how to handle it. So first, you definitely want to make sure that you have some type of operations and system in place. I'm going to give, and I think I've shared this example before. I consulted a business once before, a few years ago, where the business owner was, she crafted shirts, and she had this huge order. I'm not talking about one or two shirts. She had an order, like a serious order of shirts, and her customer, who was also a business owner, we were all in this group business owner group together, and the customer didn't receive her order, and so she screenshot some messages from a conversation between the two of them and posted it in the group and labeled it as a scam alert. And of course, the other people, they just went in because they were going on the information that was presented to them. And it was like, automatically people were like, oh, this person is a scammer. This is somebody you don't want to work with, without having full disclosure. And we're going to talk about full disclosure in a second. So automatically they were literally dragging this lady and her business. So when I reached out to her, I pretty much just asked her, like, what happened? Like, what really happened? And so she was explaining that she had some issues with one of her printing press, and it shut down, and she had ordered another one. And, so it was taking, a couple of extra days in getting it so that she could fulfill the order. My first question to her was, did you let her know about that? Did you tell her that? And she said, well, I told her, later, I just didn't want her to, feel some type of way. But I'm like, but she does feel some type of way now. I'm like, you're trying to come on the back end, and she's literally dragging you in your business. And there are other people that were commenting on the post that were trying to encourage other people that had nothing to do with this. They had never done business with this young lady, and they were trying to convince other business owners to go to the woman's website and write negative reviews, go on Google and write negative reviews. And it was just spiraling quickly. It was spiraling quickly. So I want to talk on that, because especially those that have online businesses, this is something that's important that you will want to hear, because a lot of times we don't think that, if our business is pretty small, that we need crisis management. If we have a small church, we don't really think we need crisis management. Or if we, have a small nonprofit, we really don't think we need crisis management. But regardless of what type of business that you have, you need to have some type of plan for crisis management. I don't care if it's just you, that you're the only person in your business. You need to have a plan for crisis management, because this woman was literally, she was running solo in her business, and this actually happened to her. So I'm going to share some things with you guys so that you can be able to create your own crisis management plan for 2023, because I'm telling you, people out here, they are not playing about their money. When they spend money with you, they expect for you to deliver. Okay? So this is, and this is even for big companies such as Southwest or Spirit, because to be honest, their initial response to the whole airline, the crisis thing was, it wasn't handled correctly. Okay. So even big businesses like airlines, they need to, make sure that they have the proper crisis management in place. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is to make sure that you immediately have a sincere apology. Immediately. Do not wait 2 or 3 weeks after the fact has happened, or wait until somebody complains. Immediately, sincere apology. And that was the thing that was the issue with this particular young lady, this business, was that she didn't even address the issue when it initially happened. She tried to address the issue after the woman had tried to reach out to her and had became angry. Then she wanted to offer the apology. So it was kind of like, at this particular point, she's, not even hearing you. So immediately when the situation happens, Make sure that you offer a sincere apology. Don't lie and don't try to pacify people. That is the quickest way to get people upset, because people know when you shucking and jiving with them. Okay. So, don't lie. Don't try to pacify them. Don't try to, bait them with your apology or talk over them in your apology. Sincerely apologize. Like, I know that you invested money in my business, and, we are so sorry that this particular situation happened. Okay. We because we respect the dollars that you spend with us. So next is, make sure that you're giving full disclosure of the problem. Make sure that you're giving full disclosure of the problem. I really run into this issue, especially with faith-based organizations such as churches, is that when a situation happens, they never want to give full disclosure. And they tried, and their thinking is that, well, we want to just go ahead and just fix the issue and fix the problem. We don't want to burden the people. But this is how the people look at it. This is how your customers look at it. They look at it as if you're hiding something. And when people feel that you're hiding something from them, it breaks their trust in you. Period. Point blank. It breaks their trust. So give full disclosure of the problem. So let's go back to the example of the young lady that I was talking about earlier. When the whole situation with her printing press broke down. Now, she was supposed to have mailed out the order of the shirts the 2 weeks after the lady had ordered them. Okay. 2 weeks later, she was supposed to have sent those shirts out. It had been 3 weeks since the lady ordered. 3 weeks. Excuse me, 3 weeks. And the woman hadn't heard from her. And so, she had been emailing her, she had been inboxing her, and the woman, the business owner pretty much was like, we're working on your order. There was no apology initially. No, we're sorry for the delay. None of that. It was just, we're still working on your order. Please be patient with us. No, there should have been an apology. We're sorry that we have not met the deadline that we had initially expressed to you. We do understand that you need these shirts in a timely manner, yada, yada, yada. That should have been the first initial response. Then she should have given full disclosure and said that we had one of our printing presses to break down. We have ordered another one and it should be here in 2 or 3 days, and we're going to go ahead and fulfill your order. That should have been said immediately. But what she did, she was like, well, I just, was just trying to just go ahead and just fix the issue. It felt like you were hiding something. You didn't give full disclosure about the fact that your printing press broke down. That happens. That happens in life. That happens in business. And I said, you should have just revealed that to her from the beginning. Because when people feel like you're hiding something from them, they don't trust you. Okay. So make sure that you're giving full disclosure. Next is take responsibility and accountability. One of the things that I see, and this is especially with big corporations, is their initial response to an issue is to put it on somebody else. Oh, these people, they didn't do this, or this, they didn't, our team of blah, 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 they weren't on point, or they didn't do this. And that is a problem, because that looks like deflection. It looks like you're separating yourself not only from the problem, but it also looks like you're separating yourself from being responsible to the people who spent money with you, because they didn't spend money with the IT team. They didn't spend money with, your customer service workers or your design team. They spent the money with you, with your business. So when you deflect and say, oh, it was because of these people, they did this, they didn't do this, they messed up with this, it make it look like you're disassociating yourself, you're separating yourself from not only the problem, but also from the people who spent money with you. So make sure that you're taking responsibility, because it is your business. At the end of the day, the check, the deposit, whatever it is, it comes to you. So make sure that you're taking responsibility and accountability, even if you're addressing it from as a company and saying, we made this was our error and we do apologize. We apologize that, we did not get your order done, or that you had this experience with our airlines, or whatever the case may be. Take responsibility, be accountable for the problem. Another point is that immediately share your plan to fix it. I cannot express this enough with people. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Please, please, for 2023 and beyond, people, communicate. With the instance with the young lady that had the t-shirt business, when the situation happened with the printing press, an email should have immediately gone out to that customer and saying that your order, your estimated delivery date, or whatever the case may be, was scheduled for April the 10th. But due to some printing, our printing press broke down. We've immediately ordered, and so there's going to be a slight delay in you receiving your order, but you are going to get your order. We are working right now to start packaging some of the order that we already have. We've completed 40% of the order as of today. Our plan is to have it completed so that we can get it out to you, blah, blah, blah. Communicate, tell people, share with people. I'm telling you, when I place orders, and if I'm expecting to get it on a certain particular day, the first thing that I do is I go and I check my email. Like, let me see if there's if there are any updates in regards to my order. And when I don't, I'm like, what the world's going on here? I haven't heard from anybody. These people, did they take my money? Because I'm telling you that's the initial reaction from people when they spend money. And especially in this huge technological age that we live in. So make sure that you're communicating, you're over communicating, and you're telling people what's going on. This is the plan. This is what we plan to do. This is how we're going to fix this. And if you have a team, if you have a corporation, make sure that you are sharing that information. You are sharing that plan with the people that are on the front lines with your customers. One of the things that I felt that the airline, that they could have done better, was that whatever plan that they had to be able to fix the issue, it should have been immediately shared with the pilots, those that are at the gates, and those that are at the ticket booths. Because these were the people that were immediately in communication and in contact and in relationship with the passengers. They shouldn't have been left up to their own devices to try to fix the issue and fix the problem. And the only thing that they were able to see was a vague apology from the corporation itself. There should have been a plan. So whoever was on the team, that night, they should have, had a Zoom conference. I don't care if it was at 2:00 in the morning. They should have had that Zoom conference and like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to fix this immediately. This is what we need to do now. And then we're going to meet tomorrow morning where we've had some time to think, get more clarity and be able to actually identify what the problem is. And then we're going to issue a full statement. But there should have been an immediate plan, and that immediate plan should have been shared with the people that were in direct communication with their customers. That is how you do that. That's how you do that. You don't leave the people that are on the front lines with your customers up to try to figure it out. I've actually worked with companies that have done that. There was an issue. It was like bananas and crazy. And the only response that we received was, well, just tell them, this is an issue. We're aware of the problem and we're working on it. That's that doesn't work with people who spend money with you. I don't care if they spent just $10. That's $10 that they invested into your business. And the $10 should be treated just as if someone spent $1,000. Because these are investors into your business. So make sure that you're sharing the plan on how to fix it and that you're communicating, even if it's every 2 days, and saying, okay, yes, we've completed 40% of your order. Once the printing press comes in, we're going to go ahead and complete the order. And then maybe 2 or 3 days later, we appreciate your patience in this matter. We do apologize. Apologize again. Okay. And say, we received the press this morning and we're currently working on completing your order. The young lady, she actually had like about 2 or 3 different orders that she needed to fill. And she was like, well, I've got this other order. I said, no, this lady is literally dragging your business. There are people that are reading the post, and even though they've never done business with you, they don't know the full situation, they are encouraging other business owners to go on Google and write negative reviews about your business. No, you need to handle her stuff first. And then you need to send an email out to your other customers, letting them know that, hey, we had an issue with one of our printing press breaking down, but we are working on your order. We just received it this morning, and there may be a slight delay. And, we do apologize and we appreciate your patience in this matter. I said, but no, you need to go ahead and you need to finish that lady's order now. This is a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency. Okay. So make sure that you're communicating. Make sure that you're letting people knowing what's going on. Give full disclosure. Don't hide bits and pieces of the problem. Let people know this is what happened. This is what's going on. We do what? Apologize. Offer a sincere apology. Do not treat your customers or your clients or whoever, your constituents, your congregation, whatever the case may be, do not treat them as if they owe you something. Because this is the money that they are investing into your business. These are your investors. Next, have a timeline. Have a timeline on how the problem is going to be fixed. This is something that you should be working on when you find out that this was some messed up stuff that happened. So, we've got to get this fixed. So let's go back to the young lady with the shirts. Now, based on the conversation from the screenshots that the customer had shared in the group, by this time she's, pretty upset. And she was like, I need these shirts by April 30th. It's already April the 20th, and I was supposed to have received these shirts a week ago. And I want to know if you're going to have my shirts here or if you're going to give me a refund. And pretty much the business owner did not respond. So that's what led for the woman the customer to post. Because she's like, I'm telling you that this is an urgent situation. And she even provided her with options on how to please me in this situation. And she didn't respond. And then when it went in the group, and people started tagging her, then she wants to come in and comment and be defensive. And I'm like, that is not the way to go, because you are in error. Whether this was something that you intentionally or purposely did or not, this is still your problem. This is still on you, because this young lady spent money with your business and she was expecting to receive a product and she did not receive it. So it's your problem. This is not about you deflecting and trying to defend your business. No, it's about you making sure that you hold up your end of the bargain in the sale. Because this is a customer that spent hundreds of dollars with you, because the customer actually went to her email and screenshot her bill of sale. She posted the invoice and all of that in the group as well. Those were her receipts to say, yeah, I spent this amount of money with her, and I didn't get my shirts. And I've been reaching out to her, and this is the last communication that I had with her. She didn't respond to me, and it's been 3 days. And then when the business owner comes in the group and she's trying to defend her business, then it's like everybody's pretty much, we don't want to hear that. We're supposed to fulfill this order and you didn't. You need to give this lady her money back. So then she's like, well, I've already started working on the shirts. Communicate. I cannot stress that. And she should have been sharing the plan and saying, and like I said, immediately when it happened, she should have sent out an email and said, this is what happened. We do apologize, but we have ordered the new printing press. It'll be here in a week, and we will make sure that we expedite the matters so that we can get your order out to you. So what should have been a part of the plan? Okay. So another thing is that after you have a timeline, whether it is that, because the lady said she needed the shirts by April 30th, then, because I asked her, I said, well, how soon can you fulfill the rest of the order? And she said, well, I can have it done in about 3 days. I said, well, that's what you should have told her. You should have told her that we do apologize. Again, you're just going to continuously, profusely apologize because this was something that was on you, something on your business. And should have said that, we received our new printing press today and we'll have your order fulfilled within the next 3 days. We will send out another confirmation email. Communicate. What? Communicate. Share the plan on how we're going to fix this. Give the timeline so people are not just floating in the dark about their money, because they've spent money with you. Don't leave people floating in the dark. Am I going to get my shirts to in next week? Am I going to get my shirts next month? What's the plan? I'm telling you, this is how these are how clients think. What is the plan? I need to know. So make sure that you have a timeline. Then compensate quickly. Because I told her, I said, this is what you need to do. I said, how much is it to do, how much is it to do express shipping? So she told me how much it was to do express shipping. So I said, this is what you need to do. I said, even though she doesn't need the shirts until the 30th and you'll have the shirts ready in 3 days, I said, you need to do express shipping and tell her that it's at no cost to her, and also include a voucher or a coupon. And, again, apologize for the situation that happened. Make sure that the shirts are stellar. Make sure that there aren't any mistakes. There aren't any flaws on these shirts. I said, whatever your best is, I said, you need to do your best times 100 on this lady's shirts. You need to give her an exceptional product. I said, that's what you need to do. I said, and then give her include a coupon, as an apology, and saying that, we hope that this hasn't, that this experience hasn't, whatever, marred your whatever, with our company. We want you to, come back again, and we're including a coupon for $30 off on your next order. Don't put this coupon is invalid in 30 days. I mean, you literally screwed up this lady's whole situation with the shirts that she needed. So whenever she wants to use that $30 or $50 off on another order, then let her do that. Compensate quickly. Do the express shipping. And then don't just do it, but what? Communicate. Communicate. So send out the as you are at FedEx or the post office or UPS, wherever you are, and you're preparing to get her stuff shipped out to her, what you need to do is that you need to send out an email to her and saying your order has been shipped. We have sent it via express shipping at no cost to you, and you should receive your shirts within 2 days. Again, we do what? Apologize for the inconvenience. We thank you for your business. We hope that you will shop with us again. Problem would have been fixed. And the whole time she kept saying, I didn't want to tell her about the printing press, and it's just only me. I'm like, honey, listen. Not only is she a customer, but she's also a business owner herself. So she gets it. She understands. I'm telling you, people are more understanding with the truth than they are with the lie. People are more understanding. People will be like, you know what? Okay, yeah, your printing press broke down. Okay, I understand. I get it. Things happen. I do appreciate you telling me this. So when do you think that you'll be able to have the shirts ready? Because I need them by April 30th. Put out the fire before the fire ignites and spreads. That is how you manage a crisis. That you have the operations and systems in place. I do not care if the only person in your business is you. You need to have some type of operations or systems in place on if there is a crisis. What happens if my computer shuts down? I've had that happen to me plenty of times. I'm a content creator. I'm a publicist. So I literally live by my computer working and functioning. Things happen. So what's the system? What's the operations that you have in place? Looks like I have a question. Hi, Tatum. Says, what are some reasons businesses would not go the extra mile? Fear. That's one of the biggest things that I've come in contact with people that's their reason is fear, that they don't want to look unprofessional. They don't want to make it seem like, they're running a jackleg business or organization. And so they don't fully disclose the problem because they're trying to quote unquote fix it on the back end. But when you don't give full disclosure, when you don't address the situation immediately, then regardless, that tends for when people feel like you're hiding something from them, then that destroys their trust in you, because people understand that things happen. Even with the situation with the airlines, people understand that there are glitches. I mean, with the computers, that sometimes that there's in-house issues and communication problems. People understand this kind of stuff, that it happens. But their thing is that I spent money with your business, I spent money with your company, so how are you going to fix this for me? How are you going to fix this? They're like, I get it. Things happen, life happens, but how are you going to fix it? And not just only how are you going to fix it, but when? How long do I have to wait to get some results? So one of the biggest reasons that I would say, just from just my experience with working with companies and brands, is that people don't feel like going the extra mile because they feel it's out of fear. Even with crisis management, even within churches, because a lot of people, again, people don't think that, as a church, that they need someone to handle their crisis management. And it's not something that they're continuously doing all the time, but this is consistent communication. Well, this happened, so how do we fix this? And a lot of times people think, well, it's not, we don't have big major scandals and things like that. And it's not even about scandals, because what turns into a scandal? A rumor turns into a scandal. Something small, a lie, what they call the little white lies, will turn into a scandal. Miscommunication will turn into a scandal. Just total breakdown in organizational structure will turn into a scandal. So a scandal isn't always just something that's just automatically, it just comes like poof, big and huge. It always starts off as something that's small, that's not addressed, that's not handled. And so when this, like the whole situation with the airlines, I guarantee you that if the company had dealt with that immediately when that situation had, happened, it wouldn't have blown up the way that it has, if they had just immediately handled that the right way. So I think that it's about fear. And I don't want people to think this, or even if you're having to cut corners to do things, and you don't want people to know that this is what you have to do to get their product out. And I'm not saying you have to give all of the small, minute, intricate details, but you give full disclosure of the problem and saying, this is what happened. This is what happened. We've been having issues with our computer system, for months now, and this is the cause of the reason why this happened. And this is on us. Someone asked, as a publicist, what would you have instructed for the airlines to do in regards to this situation? And one of the things that I said is that, first of all, they should have had a plan on how to fix it, and it should have been shared with the pilots. It should have been shared with the people at the gates as well as the ticket booths. Why? Because these are the people that the passengers were cursing out, screaming at, verbally, and even sometimes physically attacking. So that there should have been a plan that should have been in place, and there should have been a statement. The PR team should have had a statement, and it should have been immediately emailed, text, whatever the case may be, to the people on the front line. So it's like, this is what we're going to do immediately at this particular point, so that we're working on the back end to fix the big problem. And they should have said, look, this is a statement coming from our corporate office. We do apologize, for this inconvenience. There have been some issues going on with our system. See, they didn't even have to reveal all the other stuff. But see, now, because they didn't address it immediately, all the little, the little stuff is now coming out in the open, when they could have immediately addressed that from the get-go and said, we've been having some issues with our operations, with our systems, and we immediately apologize. Our pilots, our stewardesses, we're apologizing to them as well, because these are people who work with you and work for you. So the apology should have gone to them as well, not only just to the passengers, because the pilots are inconvenienced, the stewardesses are being inconvenienced, the people at the gates and the people at the ticket booths, they are inconvenienced as well. This affects them. So this, first, we want to offer this apology to our staff, to our team, because they are the nuts and bolts that help us to be able to be who we are as a company. And we want to first apologize for the inconvenience and the situation that you've been placed in because of this issue. So moving forward, then they should have had the plan on, this is how we're going to fix this. Immediately, as we're working on trying to get these things set up, we've pulled together a team with some of our pilots, as well as some of our IT team, and they're going to see about manually being able to get some flights pulled together to be able to get some of you guys home or to your next destination. For those that will have to remain, we will make sure that we provide 2 meal vouchers. And also, if there are hotels that are in the area and there are vacancies, please book a room at least for the next 48 hours. Give us 48 hours. Remember when I said have a timeline? So give us about 48 hours. For the next 48 hours, book you a hotel room, and make sure that you send a screenshot or email that to our corporate team, because the night that situation happened, they should have been on the phone, Zoom calling, or whatever the case may be, and saying, okay, we need to pull a team together, and and that team, all they're going to do is handle all of the situation with the hotel vouchers, the meal vouchers, and things of that nature, so that these people can be compensated. So, send all of that to this particular email address, and we will make sure that you will be credited, and not just credited back for the hotel stay, but also, we're going to give you guys some Sky Miles, or, we are in the process of trying to work with some of the hotel chains to see if we can give you guys some points, whatever the case may be. That's what? Compensating what? Quickly. But have a plan. Don't allow it to get so out of control to the point to where your own people, your pilots, are going on social media because they're frustrated and they're angry, and they know the little intricate details behind the scene. And because they felt that you as a corporation, you as a company, that you did not protect them and that you did not do right by the passengers, that they felt the need to say, well, you know what? This is what really happened. And a couple of the stewardesses and the gate and some of the ticket booth personnel, we got together and manually, we sat up all night long trying to manually put in information and put in data to help people get a flight home. That I spent money out of my own pocket to help some of the stewardesses and book them a hotel room and buy food for them. That should have never ever happened. It released a crap storm that got so out of control. When that pilot dropped that social media post, it just fueled the fire. So now, and especially, you need to know the climate of your audience, because people are already, kind of feeling some type of way about airlines because of the ticket prices, how they've skyrocketed within the last year. So people are already on, feeling some type of way. And Southwest has been, they've been in the fire before. So it wasn't like this was their first rodeo. So they should have had the plan in place, and it should have been implemented that following morning, like as soon as the sun came up. That plan should have been the initial plan should have been implemented until they could, it's like, okay, this is what we can do on a large scale to make sure that we're getting everybody home and making sure that we're taking care of the passengers, our stewardesses, our pilots, our gatekeepers, and so forth and so forth. Some of these people, they experience some serious abuse from these passengers. So it's like, okay, so how are you guys going to fix this? Because guess what's about to happen if you don't fix it? You're getting ready to have a super turnover rate. Because people are going to be like, y'all don't pay me enough for this type of emotional abuse or physical abuse. I heard that they were saying that some of the passengers were spitting on gatekeepers, that they were like, virtually like trying to reach out and attack, some of the people at the ticket counters, things like that. So it was, that's crazy. It's like, so how are you going to fix that with the people that you work with? How are you going to rebuild the trust with your pilots? Because the initial statement that went out was as if that this was a problem, that this was the pilot's problem. And that is what sparked this pilot to drop this. And he was like, oh, no. This is not on us. You are not going to drop this problem in the lap of the pilots, because we have been here. We're actually helping and trying to fix the problem that you're not even trying to fix. You're just trying to, what did I say earlier about deflecting and making it someone else's fault? That is a no-no. Take responsibility and accountability for the problem. Don't sit and try to point fingers and say, oh, it was the pilot's fault because they're trying to go on a strike, or it's the stewardess's problem, because we don't have enough stewardesses, we're short on staff and things of that nature, or gas prices are astronomical historically high in this case, and we've had to cut corners. Gas prices are high everywhere. So that's not even that's not even a thing. It's like the passengers are like, okay, yeah, gas prices are high. Yeah, okay, they're, doing a strike or whatever the case may be. But how are we going to get home? That's what the passengers want to hear. They want to hear how we're going to be compensated. How is this going to be fixed? I don't care if you're running a small business. I don't care if you are running a church, you're running a nonprofit, whatever it is. You have to have some type of crisis management in place. Do not sit here and think that just because your business is small and you don't have a lot of customers or clients, that you are not going to need this at some particular point. Because life happens. Life happens. And if you are a business where you have a staff, you have to have a crisis management plan in place to not where you're just only addressing your customers or your clients, but you're addressing your employees and your staff as well, because they are the ones that help run your business. They are your brand ambassadors. They are the ones that, when people have a great experience with them, they want to come and spend more money with you. So if they're not happy, if they don't feel confident, then guess what? When people encounter them, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, they act like they don't even want to be here. They act like this is like the worst place ever. Like they're, literally in slavery with this business. So something must be going on. I don't know if I even want to spend money with this company again. That pilot literally said, heads are going to roll. That's what he said in his post. And he's justified, because there was no immediate plan put in place on how to fix the problem. They were literally just left in the clutch to be able to handle it and fix it themselves. So that's all that I wanted to share with you guys today. So I'm hoping that this was helpful, and that you take these points and that you apply it. If you need someone to help you with putting your plan together, I am available to be able to help you to do that. You can just reach out to me on my website, and at mjsvirtualservices.com. And we are under construction on my website. We're preparing to rebrand. So y'all gonna see. So my website looks kind of messy right now, but I promise you, we're still working. We're still working, and we're available to help. So if you need help with structuring your crisis management plan, I'm available to help you with structuring that. If you are one of those type of people that that you just can't even, just deal with that on a major level, and you need someone to help you with implementing that whenever there's a crisis, then, I'm also available and with that service as well. So that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. I love you guys so much. I am looking forward to seeing how 2023 is going to treat us. So that's it. That's all that I had to share. This is Tonya Franklin, the brand CEO with MJS Virtual Collaborative. Also the house of MJS Communications and MJS Consulting. So that's all that I had for today. Love you guys. And be easy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.